When I think of what changed my life and set me on a new course, I think maybe the greatest decision I ever made was just simply to be a disciple. I could tell you, well, when I finally committed my life to Christ, I many times had prayed a prayer. I'd been raised in church. But it was on a Friday, November of 1973, that I finally get but my greatest decision, in many ways, for what I believe people think of me as, is when I became a disciple. Is when I found a church, and I made a couple of critical decisions. Number one, I think a disciple is someone that wants to make their pastor a success. That we see ourselves as part of something more than just us and God, but we're part of a body. We're part of something bigger than ourselves. I've known some great pastors, but I haven't known any perfect pastors. And I have had pastors hurt me and do things that I know looking back were not in my best interest, but had more to do with them. But you know what? I don't regret ever obeying, because my obedience to them is for Christ. That even like the widow that gave the penny, amen, she gave it to a crooked temple, but God said, I hear and see what you're doing, and your reward is sealed. And I think that the greatest choice of my life was when I just began to say, I'm going to be the best servant that I can be. And if you're going to serve somebody. You're going to serve a body, and you're going to serve a God who loves you, and you become a disciple. And disciples are simply followers. Followers. I could be a disciple of Donald Trump. I could be a disciple of some comedian or a music group. And it just means that I look for them for the answers. Amen. And I think that in life, the greatest choice that I ever made was to become a disciple. Disciple of a church, disciple of a pastor, a disciple that was partnering to help other disciples. I think the 12 sat around and said, how can I help you, Peter? How can I help you, John? That they partnered together to do something to change the world. And the greatest call in life is the call to be a disciple of Jesus Christ.